Welcome to this new video, and in this video of 2025 we will delve directly into memory forensics so that we can be able to identify the command and control center for the person who actually deployed a malware inside your computer. So in this case, the scenario is we suspect or we can see that there is a malicious traffic using Wireshark, for instance. And in this case, what we are going to do is to we have a captured memory sample that we are going to try to find out whether we can be able to identify the command and control center. We will actually use volatility 2.6 for this exercise, and in the part 2 we will have other tools included inside right here. Remember that we have got another video where we analyzed WannaCry ransomware. So this is one of the videos inside this channel. So in this case, let's remember that this video is for educational purposes only, and malicious use of this information can damage the entire organization in which you are intending to exercise these activities in. So let's dive in. So as for now, we have got a memory sample and volatility 2. So for now, what we are going to do is to open up the terminal. We are already inside this directory. This is what we can be able to find. So we can just type volatility and then try to type help. So these are the plugins that you can play. So now, actually hacked us, or who planted the malware, or where is the malware trying to connect to, or even trying to find out the type of a malware which is actually taking place inside our infrastructure, so that we can be able to know. Now what we are going to do is to type, let me clear this whole mess right here, and then volatility. The basic syntax is volatility -f. We have triage dot. So it will tell us some information about this image and the dates in which this image was acquired from the victim machine. So we will wait a while so that you can use the kernel debugger to search in which this image was actually acquired. So there will be several profiles. Apart from that, we will pick one of the profiles, try to use it so that we can see whether we can be able to get results or not. Specifically, we will wait a while. Let me say, let us wait, so that we wait for it to finish. And as we wait for it to finish, while we are still waiting, we can come here and then try to see. We can type file triage.mem, so we can see that it's only data. Then we can also type strings so that we can be able to see what type of information. Maybe you can find right here there is too much information. Apart from that, you can let's try to see. So this information is the topmost. This is what we were meaning when we tried to filter right here. So apart from, if you want some certain things, then this is what you can be able to do. So let's come here, and one thing that you can do when you write a forensic report for this image integrity, what you are going to do is remember, we are still waiting for the kernel debugger to finish, but as for now, we can just come here and then try to go to message digest. Let me come to MD5 sum, so we can be able to see the hash of this particular image. So while we are still waiting for right here, we can see that this information is already available now. So we can see that now we have got the MD5. We can go for SHA-1 as well as the SHA-256. This SHA thing, it means it's a secure hashing algorithm. This is what I was forgetting every time to tell you. SHA-1, SHA-256, the full meaning of that is secure hash. Secure hash. So that is this SHA thing. What is actually the meaning of that? So I was just telling you about it. So now we have got this information. So now that we've got this information, what we can do is to just pass the profile. Profile is equals to, let me say, profile is, let's take the first one. Usually we do this at work. So okay, then we will need to pass the PS list. In this case, what we want is the list of all processes that were running as we acquired this memory sample. So now that we can be able to identify these processes, what we are going to do in a real forensic scenario, you can, if you don't know some of these processes, you can try to find out whether each process, what is the meaning of that, which process is actually legitimate or not. So this is one of the things that we will take ourselves into. Now we can see all these processes, and this is the process ID, and this is the parent process ID, which means we have the process ID, which is system, that is 4, and the parent process ID is 0. And for that matter, this process ID gave birth to this process ID. So all the process IDs that come from system should be specified under it. So as for now, what we are going to do is to try to run the PS3 so that we can see this information as a tree. So now that we can be able to find this information as a tree, then we can be able to identify that there was explorer.exe which gave, okay, this is a standalone and we have CMD. Then we can see all what it gave birth to. Let's take, for instance, chrome.exe. Maybe these are the different instances of Google Chrome, and you can go a bit down until you find. Then you can see even the PowerPoint. Here we go. Then you can see the calculator, and apart from that, we can see this one, this process, and it gave birth to this one. And apart from that, we have this one. This process, we don't know what has to be the meaning of it, but you can see that after this script was opened, then it gave birth to this process. It means you can see that you can go to the internet and then try to find out what is this hfs.exe. So in a real life scenario, we can go to what you can just Google it like so. Process, you see, HTTP file server, you see, executable, yeah. So this is the HTTP file server, right? So we can see that it was running at the moment, and apart from that, you can also see this one, and that gave birth to this one that I think we have a right to actually suspect. But if you don't suspect this one, and let me come here, let me try to check and then ask Google. No, this one. Let me come to the terminal and then try to copy this information so that we can go to the internet and try to find out whether we have such a process as a legitimate process. You see, it's a suspicious name often encountered in memory forensics. So you can see that, like dump me, which is actually this type of a challenge. So now you can see that these types of a process, this is a legitimate process or is a false positive or any other thing. And you can see that FTK imager was running, which I think it is the software that was used to capture this RAM. So now that we can see this information, what we can do is to just type help. So we want to try to test whether there was a command line that was actually running. So what we can do is to type cmd scan. You know, this can be found right here. You can see that. So cmd scan. So let's wait a bit and then try to find out whether there were cmd commands that were actually running. So apart from that, you can also run cmd let's go to try to find out whether there were certain connections. Conscan. Let's go to conscan. If I'm right, there was nothing that we can find here. So apart from that, what we are going to do is to try to find out the processes that initiated network connections. If this one doesn't allow us, so what we are going to do is to try to find the programs that were running, that were creating connections. So let's wait a bit. So we are waiting and then try to find out each process that was actually trying to establish a network connection. Let's try to figure out this one is an established connection. Then we can see that it's an Outlook program, which is your mail client. Now we can also see these ones that are closed, and this one is actually established. It was Outlook. And then let's go up here, closed, and we can see these ones are closed. And this suspicious program, you can see it established a connection. Let's try to find out where is this connection going. And you can see that it was to this particular machine on port 4444. Let's try to figure out what port 444 by default is, so that we will go furthermore. We can go for port 444. Yes, it's a network port that can be used by administration, eavesdropping, and by malware. So it means if you have been using Metasploit, actually you know that port 4444 is actually used for Metapreter reverse connections. So if you know Metasploit listener is port 444, both TCP and UDP by default. So now we can see that this process is actually listening. It is creating connections from the victim machine to the attacker machine. So which means as you can see, this is the local address, which is the address of this machine, and this is the foreign machine that was listening, and which means you are already getting hacked by the time you got this memory forensics, because the connection was already established. Yours is to see which types of files that were stolen, maybe using Metasploit or PowerShell Empire or any other Metapreter friendly framework. So this is actually how the part one of trying to find out the Metapreter reverse connection, or the program or Metasploit payload that is running within your network. So in this video, I would like to make it short like this, so that in another video we can be able to identify and try to use further programs in order to find out whether it was actually Metasploit that was used in this in this malware generation, or let me say Metabreeder for that matter. So if you guys if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and recommend others to watch this video, because I think it might be make me more content. So thank you guys for watching. Peace